Welcome into the DFS Den. It's Dave Eddy here, aka Corporal Eddy on Twitter. Wanted to talk to you about some NFL DFS strategies, and I'm looking at game selection here for you. So, this is probably the most underrated aspect of being successful in NFL DFS. And really, it boils down to one fairly simple but yet complicated question at the same time. And that is, what are you trying to accomplish? For me, there's really kind of two types of players usually. Those that are trying to win big. So these are people that are in, massive contests, trying to just, win $100,000, trying to win the Millie Maker, something like that. Something that you are going to take a screenshot of and show all your friends and, have for years and years to brag about. That's fine, right? If that's what your goal is, if that's what you're trying to accomplish, awesome. You need to make sure that you're selecting games that allow you to do that. On the flip side of that, I think that there's the type of players who are out there, they're just trying to win consistently. I call those guys like the grinders, right? Like they're out there not playing, out of their means, not, obviously trying to win money, but not looking for that massive payday, just trying to grind out a nice ROI week in, week out, year in, year out, okay? Now, a lot goes into this, right? So number one thing I would say, size matters. Of course, ladies already know this, but guys, huge difference between, we'll say, a 20,000 entry contest and like a 1,500 entry contest. So, you've got to think about what it is you're trying to do. If you're trying to win big, then obviously, you are just kind of looking for the biggest contests that there are. You prefer that, the money is as top heavy as possible, and that's what you're rolling with. If you're trying to win consistently, you have to be probably even more selective. You're looking for contests that roughly pay, 10% to first place. That's extraordinarily common. So you can find a lot of those contests. A lot of those same contests will pay 1% of the prize pool to 10th place. So before you enter a contest, you're looking to make sure that it meets those guidelines. Other thing you're looking for is how many places get paid. Again, if you're trying to win huge, the smaller the pool of people that get paid, the better. You want it to be as top heavy as possible. You're looking for, one of those contests that pay, 15, 20% to first place, because that's what you're shooting for. If you're one of those grinders out there trying to win consistently, you're looking for something where, at least the top 20% get paid. You find some that top 25% get paid. Ideally, the min cash would be 2x on your money, but really, even if it's 1.5 times your money, that means that more people are getting paid. So those are the kind of contests that you're looking for. So they can be larger as far as number of entrants, but when you're trying to grind it out, you're really focusing on how that money in the prize pool gets distributed and how many people get that money. Next thing you got to ask yourself is, what are you good at? And you know what? Maybe you don't know the answer to that question, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can get your feet wet. Make sure that you track it and get the answers that you need. So in this case, what I would suggest that you do, just make yourself a spreadsheet. You can keep it as simple as have your cash entries, keep track of that, your small MME and your large MME. And maybe you won't do all of those things depending on what it is you're looking for. So if you're trying to win big, maybe you don't have any interest in playing cash. Then again, maybe you do, because maybe you want to supplement that cash, the winnings that you can get in cash to help offset some of your MME losses. Or if you are just trying to win consistently and grind stuff out, you're probably playing more cash, but maybe you happen to be really good at MME, but you just can't afford to play it at a large volume or for high stakes. Either way, track it. I would say track it for, we'll say 2 months, right? So in the NFL, we'll say 8 weeks of tracking it and see, okay, what is my return on investment, my ROI in cash games? What is it in small field MME? What's it in large field MME? Am I excelling somewhere? Ideally, you excel in the areas that meet what your goals are. So like I said, if you're trying to win big, yes, obviously you would like to excel in cash, but large field MME is where you'd be looking to, excel. If you're not doing so, then you need to make a couple choices. Number one, maybe trying to win big is not well suited to the way that you play. So maybe you need to change your strategy, or maybe you just need to dive in, watch stuff like the videos that I'm producing for strategy, and teach yourself and get better. All right. So just, you got to learn what you're good at and then you can mold your game towards what it is that you need to do. Also, you got to ask yourself kind of how does your brain work, right? Like to me, someone who's looking to just grind stuff out, that's typically a lower risk, a risk adverse type player. Someone who's, playing, cash games where I'm not too worried about much other than building the most optimal lineup that I can. It's that simple. Obviously, it's not that easy, but it's just that simple. If you're someone who is, more risky, someone who does not mind high risk stuff, then you probably are someone who's looking to win big. And that's good because that's the kind of strategy, that's the kind of mindset that you need to have to do that. If you're a very low risk kind of player and you're trying to win big, you're going to have a hard time. You're going to find it real tough. And barring getting awfully damn lucky, you're not going to be successful more than likely in the long run. So these are all things to think about when it comes to game selection. Again, I think of it as the most underrated aspect of being successful in DFS. I appreciate you tuning in. If you haven't done so already, go ahead, pop on over here, subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications so you get an alert every single time a new video comes out, and go ahead, drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, or if you've been enjoying any of my videos or any of the Fantasy Six Pack videos. We'll see you next time.